Thank you, Chris. The man accused of viciously beating a nurse at Palms West Hospital, leaving her in critical condition, now faces what's called a hate crime charge enhancement. Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office announcing that Stephen Scantlebury now has that hate crime designation added to the already existing charge of attempted murder. Investigators say it's based on what Scantlebury said about the victim's race before the unprovoked attack that broke almost every bone in her face. Tonight, we're also wondering how Scantlebury's mental health may impact his prosecution. Ari Heidt joins me now with more on that part of this story. Ari?
Todd, Stephen Scantlebury's attorney today asked the judge to allow a psychologist to go into the jail to examine Scantlebury to try to determine his mental state at the time of the attack. Experts say that could mean the attorney is thinking about pleading not guilty by reason of insanity.
The police report says Stephen Scantlebury was at Palms West Hospital Tuesday, quote, under a Baker Act when he viciously attacked a nurse. A Baker Act means he had been involuntarily committed for mental health concerns. So how might that impact the prosecution in this case?
Insanity defenses are rarely successful.
Dave Arenberg is the former state attorney in Palm Beach County. He says the only way to prove insanity is to show the defendant does not know right from wrong. And this is why he does not see that in this case. That's Scantlebury on Southern Boulevard moments after he ran from the hospital.
The moment you take evasive action, the moment you take off and try to hide from the police, that shows you knew the difference between right and wrong.
But Stuart Kaplan says he can still see a scenario where not guilty by reason of insanity could be used. Kaplan is a defense attorney in Palm Beach County. He is not involved in this case. But he says Scantlebury could plead insanity if he can prove he was out of control at the time of the attack.
I would argue that the act was done involuntarily, meaning that he was under some mental health distress.
Kaplan stresses that even if the insanity defense is successful, it does not mean Scantlebury would go free. Instead, he would go to a mental hospital.
Basically, he wouldn't go to jail because he was found not guilty. We would not punish or send someone to jail because they had a temporary insanity scenario.
Kaplan also says toxicology reports could play a role in any insanity defense if Scantlebury was out of control at the time of the attack, but toxicology shows that was caused by him voluntarily taking drugs or alcohol. Kaplan says insanity would no longer be a viable defense. Reporting live, Ari Heidt, WPBF 25 News.